Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Hey everybody, welcome to Copi Cafe. This is episode number 109. And wow, Rob, you're wearing the almost exact same mask that I am.
Quantum Jack.
Oh, yeah, you one-upped me there. Good job. Nice costume. This was not planned. We both just kind of got the same hat. So here we are. But you know what? I can only take about 20 seconds of this as I'm already sweating. So why don't we switch into regular and we'll start talking about our drinks.
Yep.
Boop. Oh, well done.
Miss me?
Wow. The Joker. Yeah. I gotta say, you always knock it out of the park with Halloween. And sadly, the remainder of my usual costume did not show up, so I had to be a repeat Bob Ross. It is what it is, but well done. How long did it take you to, did you do that? Or you have a professional makeup artist?
You know, I have people that can do things.
You have.
I often wonder where they get those wonderful toys from.
This is creeping me out.
I mean, we had Jack. Quantum Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker, and as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Well done. Yeah, good job. So, okay, well, this is a special Quantum Autumn Copi Cafe episode in honor of the Quantum Autumn sale and the build. We got several fun things coming up today. We are going to talk about a little bit of what's happening with nodes, the sale delay, what happened there, and the new build and what's going on. And then, of course, we have a special guest. So he'll be joining us shortly. Why don't we just go ahead and kick it off with drinks, though? What are you drinking, Rob?
Well, call me Jack. It's quite late tonight, so Coke. I have a Disaronno.
Disaronno?
I think that's what the Joker would drink.
Disaronno?
Yeah, I've never had it before. You can't actually open it.
I don't know what that is.
I think it'll make your eyes curl.
Okay, well, cheers. I'm drinking a hazy IPA from Best Day Brewing, along with, since I just had a great workout, some protein.
Ooh,
is it fair to have two drinks? I'm double fisting.
I think so.
You have two costumes. So. I have.
You ain't joking around.
All right.
I'm only laughing on the outside. My smile is just skin deep.
It's really skin deep and creepy. Okay, so with the nodes, we've got we have nodes working. I've downloaded the game multiple times this week with various settings. We're in process of tweaking and testing it, and getting very close to turning it over to some of the community. But I thought the downloads went really well. I had one that downloaded in like less than 5 minutes, which is incredibly solid, especially being
Amazing.
that there's only, I believe, 9 nodes serving up that data.
Yep.
So pretty powerful. What's your take on where we're at with the nodes?
Yeah, I think you've got it yours pretty fast. And I was speaking to Greg today. He's working on another version, so we'll have a Docker version coming. He's going to work on a desktop version because I'm having issues with my Docker version, so that should be good as well.
Yeah.
And we're also, I think we're going to add extra utility to those that actually run the game on their own network. In that, I mean, it makes sense, but not unless you code it in. They are going to be able to download directly from their own node. Like I say, it just makes sense.
Yep.
So they in theory should be able to download the game. It's already downloaded. Download it to their device in less than a minute, and that's pretty good.
In theory. Well, let's see what happens. We still have a lot of tweaking. I love the dashboard that Greg's been working on that shows us all the different variables. It's getting us information. Next step is increasing the test group size, further iteration, refinement. We're hoping to get them fully passed off by December, right? To community, to the node holders.
Yep. We keep saying we're about to engage the
we do
the local people, and we are doing that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Okay. In our defense, it's not uncomplicated dealing with multiple data sources, breaking a file into chunks, all of the things that come along with that. And it actually makes testing a lot more challenging when we only have 9. So we do need to expedite the size of our testing group, and that'll get us some more accurate data on how things work.
We have a list of 20 to get us started.
Yep.
And that's a whole mixture of PCs. There is even a few Raspberry Pis in there. We haven't compiled. I spoke to Greg about that. He was like, "Whoa!" He hasn't got a compiled version for the Raspberry Pi. However, now it's available. I'm sure he'll add it to his list.
I'm sorry. I just can't look at you seriously right
now. Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Oh boy, agreed. Okay, so after the nodes, we obviously some of you are interested in more information. Not a huge deal. We did have a DDoS attack on the sale, and there were some slight configuration issues that have since been resolved. We're not really worried about it. So it was one of those things where a lot had to come together in a short amount of time, and we just had a few things. Settings were off, but we're good to go. So the sale will happen next week, and we will announce the date of the sale and the time of the sale on Monday. So no biggie, moving onward. Obviously, it sucks when people try to DDoS attack and various different things like that, but I think we've gotten things pretty buttoned up at this point, and we're not too worried about that in the future.
Yeah, it was a shame. Soon, though, it will be time to pay the check. Because the pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Yes. Fair enough. So, next up is the build. So, and we'll also talk to our special guest somewhat about the build, but the build is moving along quite nicely, and I think the Quantum Autumn build will be coming out very, very soon.
Quantum Autumn?
Probably, huh?
Quantum Autumn, how do you say it 3 times?
Quantum Autumn, Quantum Autumn, Quantum Autumn.
Quantum Autumn,
Quantum Autumn, Quantum Autumn, Quantum Autumn. Yeah. So that's coming out very soon. I can't give an exact date. We think it'll be ready. Probably the team going to be working through the weekend a little bit on some of that, just the final complexities. but there's so much new stuff in there that it's incredibly exciting. And the good thing about this is if it works out as such that the build occurs before the sale, then you'll have immediately after the sale, you'll have the ability to use the in-game assets, which is going to be a lot of fun.
I downloaded the version today, so we're just waiting on the jetpack animations. So those have been unhooked from the previous one that I was using. So we are just waiting on those. We also have the NFTs almost ready at the back end. So even if we release the build and the NFTs, and let's say we've had the sale and we release the build, then we just need to configure some more stuff at the back end and the NFTs will be there. So let's say you have the build and for 1 or 2 days, the items are not there. That won't require a rebuild. We're just updating the data in the back end. We've got so much to do. We just don't know the order it's going to come because we have to test it all as well. But
yep,
it's coming very, very soon.
Correct. All coming together quite nicely. We're excited, and it'll position us for the next phase of development, which includes the game trailer and it includes combat and various other elements that we're going to bring into play gradually over the next few builds following. So exciting stuff.
Very exciting.
Okay, I think that brings us to our special guest, so we can go ahead and get him up here. Let's see who it is. Okay, here's our special guest. Who is it? Who are you?
Who am I? I don't know, but I do know that we have a plague of quantum monsters in Cornucopias. So I am here as the plague doctor.
The plague, n'est-ce pas?
You're the plague what?
The plague doctor.
Plague doctor.
Plague doctor.
I like him already.
Rob, what on earth are you?
Tell me, my friend, ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Oh, I remember that line.
Definitely Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, good call. And I am Bob Ross. I actually had a much better backup costume to the mask, but it has not arrived yet. The Amazon misquoted the delivery date. So here I am doing a repeat.
You pull it
off. Make them like they used to.
I do, however, at least have another beverage. Maybe I should drink it. Just kidding. All right.
Ooh.
Hey, David, it's good to have you up.
It's been a while.
And let's just talk about this build, man. What are you most excited about? What's going on with the new build? How much has been involved with prepping this and getting it ready to go out?
I think every time we have a major build now, I am like, oh, this is the biggest build yet. And I really feel like this one is a really, really important build that we're about to put out. And probably I can just go through everything that's exciting about this. Of course, it's Halloween. We have the autumn season that's going on. So all over Cornucopias, you're going to find some themed decorations to things. So it's very exciting to go right along with the autumn sale. Of course, we have new vehicles coming in. There's the Super Phantom. We have the Sunset Speeder from Randos down on the surface. We have a new track. So we have the purple track, which is absolutely wild. So all sorts of inversions, and hopefully it doesn't make some people ill. But it's a really fun track that kind of sits in difficulty between red and the yellow track. So I think everybody's going to have a ton of fun with that one. We also have the Nexus system, which that is coming in for the first time with it's sort of a branded terminal that you can go to in the game and get access to game assets that you would have purchased for premium assets. So we're going to see Nexus Express in this one, which allows you access to your tools, weapons, avatar parts, is clothing parts such as your head, body, and shoe area, backpacks, all of that. So anything that has to do with your avatar for regular use, you're going to have access through the Nexus Express terminal, and you'll find the first one that you'll come across in Toledo, in that big sort of empty circular area near the racing elevators. So We also have multiple assets that you're going to be able to purchase for the autumn sales. So we got loads of those. Excited about our first premium outfit, which is the Vanguard Scouts. So we have the men's and women's versions of those. Other updates include improved graphical menu with more options. So you might get a little bit better performance out of the game. DLSS probably won't be in this release. Will probably be in the next one, but we've done some testing on that and had some success. We also improved graphics across the board, so the game looks a little bit more crisp, a little bit more detailed, some nice materials. Even our avatars look better, so improvements on hair and skin that makes them look a lot higher quality than they did before. And really, lastly, is Glimpse of Solace is no more. So it's a very lovely place now that we call Glimpse of Fear. So
Glimpse of Fear.
Glimpse of Fear. And
I like it already.
Everyone can enjoy Julia's story that you will hear about. And if you're into quantum monsters, I think you're definitely going to like it. So
don't think I was into them before, but I think I am now.
I thought everybody was into them before. So
yes, true. There's
some big stuff. Yeah, that's
some fun excitement around the quantum monsters. So that'll be good to give everybody a first taste. That's a lot. So,
and what are you drinking today then?
Oh yeah,
the plague,
question.
Quantum Plague, Dr. Plague.
Well, I mean, it kind of looks like the plague. It probably causes the plague inside of your body, but this is just Gatorade Zero in the lemon lime flavor. That's what the plague doctor prefers.
Ooh, that's what the doctor ordered. Well, you'll never believe what happened to me today.
What is this now?
What happened to you today?
Is that part of the film? Is that a scene I don't know about?
Is that a line from the movie or something?
Maybe.
Somebody in the comments will figure that one out.
All right.
What are you laughing at?
Well, to comment on some of that, the purple track, I've played it just a couple of times, and I found it more difficult, but maybe it's because I'm not used to it yet, but it's got pump fakes and jukes turns that really throw you off. It makes you feel like you're about to be going this way, but then it's a quick turn the other way. And
yes,
I think there's a lot of fun stuff like that on that track. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to playing it a few more times as well.
It's very much a muscle memory.
Does that suit a particular driving style? Or is it more like a medium track, is it?
It suits the scared driving style.
Oh, so white knuckles.
Just white knuckles. Be fearful. The corners will confuse you. There are some technical areas on the track, and there's some really fun, fast, soaring inversions. Or even a point you go up so high that you end up in the clouds. So it's
I've seen those clouds.
It's a wild track. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, what else do you want to tell us about, David? How are things going?
Things are moving along pretty well. I'm very excited for, of course, I'm probably going to show up here again in a later build that's, perhaps December or sometime next year and say, this is now the best build, greatest things that we've ever done. But very excited with how AI stuff is going right now and navigation, working on combat aspects of the game. So that's very, very exciting. And I think we're going to have something super exciting for the community next year in that way. So otherwise, everything's moving along pretty smoothly. Just very excited to get out. This build was definitely sort of a labor of love, and so many people on the team came together and did an incredible job to produce all the assets and get all the functionality working. So things are going quite swell, I would say.
I hope it goes well, so you'll be able to show your face again.
Yes. If it doesn't go well, it's this from now on.
It's this. We're stuck.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned AI, but there wasn't a lot of context there. Can you give a little more context about the specific use case for AI that you're referring to?
So this use case for AI, I guess I had to be careful about saying that nowadays because I am referring to dumb AI or NPC AI in the game and how they navigate around, make decisions, choose who they're going to target, chase down, or, oh my goodness, I'm a deer, that's a player, I need to run away. So that is the type of AI that I'm referring to. There are some other things that we've looked into that has to do with LLMs and things like that, but we'll get further into those things in the future.
So you're talking animal intelligence,
animal intelligence, and Terra intelligence.
Ooh, Terra
they're not very smart, but
that's TI.
You know, yes,
very nice. Well, that's exciting stuff, man. And I think we're moving into a really fun season where the next few builds will be bringing more gameplay, getting us to a point where all of that beautiful content we have to explore has more game loops and more sticky factors.
Yes,
for our community and for people to discover. And it moves us closer and closer to that mainstream game launch, which we're all very excited about as well.
Wait, did I even talk about the jetpacks? I have not mentioned the jetpack the entire time.
No.
For the first time, there's so much going on in an actual release that even I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything. But jetpacks, they're immensely fun. And I think once you get one, you're not going to want to not have one. And I don't know if that's a problem or not, but they definitely add a completely new dimension to getting around in Cornucopias. You'll be able to use them in Collido and the Soluses. So enjoy what that brings, because it just makes you feel different about how you're getting around.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, I've been flying around on all three, and it really does put the game to a whole new level.
Oh, yeah. It definitely does. So I think the community is.
I mean, you start off at the bottom, and then you go up a level, and then another level, but yeah, those when you're in those ravines, and sometimes it's taking me 20 minutes, 45 minutes, to get to the top. You can literally do that now in 5 minutes, and it's really, really rewarding. It's really fun. People are going to have so much fun, and there's going to be tons and tons, I have no doubt, of videos and content all around. Even Collido, I've got to so many new heights in Collido and we're going to get a million different bugs because there's not collision in all places, because we thought people would never get to some of these places, but it is what it is.
There will be some places that people can find their way out, no doubt. Yep. I'm just excited about the opposite coming in the future, where we're not bringing people to new heights, we're bringing them to new lows, and they start to go down floors and down and down and down, and they're out of fuel and they go splat when they hit the ground. So that's one thing I'm very excited about, and we just might turn that on without telling anyone. So there is a need system coming in the future, and there is health, and you will get hurt, and I will be happy. I will smile.
I have no doubt I will be going to the top of the tower and just dropping.
You're the first one I want to see die.
Sometimes I just kill myself.
You're the first one I want to see die. Oh boy. Well, very exciting stuff. You want to dig into some questions and the leak?
We have a question, actually, for the first question. I think the first question potentially could lead us into the leak as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So, for a change, this question actually came in on X. And this is from Evolved Arts. The question is, I love your texture paints. Are your artists doing these with Substance Painter? I am always pondering if I should get it.
Substance Painter is really great, and I would say it's a staple of the industry, and we do use those for some assets, usually the little bit smaller ones. Some of the other things you see, even if you look at the Junker Jet that we have from Randos, that one is not a Substance Painter asset, and actually we've spent a lot of time, and this is why we're still a fairly small team. We haven't had $100 million of funding or anything crazy. Yes, you have a question, sir.
I don't know what Substance Painter is.
So Substance Painter is a program by Adobe that's used for digital artists to take in assets. You can UV them, do curvature maps. You can do a lot of procedural stuff that's in there, stack materials, kind of like you can in Photoshop, get them all painted up nicely and export it out into the PBR format that most games use. You'll have various different maps that actually end up making it look realistic once you plug it into the shader and you have it in Unreal Engine. So that is what Substance Painter is. But we spend a lot of time on things that will possibly open us up to a little bit of modding and community stuff in the future. And maybe that's further in the future, but we have things we call quadrant systems. We've developed a lot of custom material functions that allow a lot of things to happen automatically. So we can bring an asset in and actually have it sort of automatically textured in some ways at a PBR level, which saves our artists a crazy amount of time and allows us to make more assets and move on to the rest of the things that we're doing. Almost everything that we've done about Cornucopias is with that mindset. How can we make things as efficient as possible so we can move quicker than a much larger team? So,
yeah, I just wonder how that differs, though. Substance Painter differs from Blender, because I've heard Blender a lot.
Blender is a modeling program. So, I mean, you can texture in Blender. It's not as robust as Substance Painter.
Okay, so Substance Painter goes on top of the models.
Yeah, you would do a 3D model. You do your UVs. You would import that into Substance typically and start working on the actual detailing.
Right.
And that's anything from procedural stuff to handwork.
So you've talked about these the texture maps in the future that we'll be able to get to put on our existing characters.
So material cards is what we call them now. So
yeah.
Every time that you buy an outfit, you're going to get a material card, and that's like a collectible thing. We might even have them as separates in the future. So let's say you buy the Vanguard Scout that has a very cool material card that comes with it. All of our premium outfits, and in fact, all of the other outfits that are in the game are designed to be interchangeable with their materials, which is a really crazy thing that I don't think I can name a game off my head that's done this, but you buy an outfit, you collect a material card, you might decide that you want another outfit in the future. You earn one in game, or you buy another one, and then you're like, hey, I wonder what it would look like if the color scheme and theme of this outfit went onto this one. So if you own those mat cards, you'll be able to swap them around to different outfits. So you could have this really crazy, just raver glowing outfit, and then you could have this really military, olive drab looking thing. Then you could swap them. So suddenly the outfit has an entirely new meaning. You're going around in a raving battle outfit. And I think that is a ton of flexibility. That is a huge value and allows for immense player customization.
That's interesting. That's new information. So is that material card then tied to the NFT? It will be, won't it?
So it's not an NFT itself. So when you've bought that thing, you get that material card with it. So if you were to sell that thing, you would lose that material card. But that's on a database side of things.
Yeah. Okay, so they're tied together. That's fine.
Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, that puts a whole new level to because you might not particularly like maybe the outfit, but the material, that card that comes with it,
you might want that to put on something else, or vice versa, so you might buy something for the geometrical shape that you like and say, hey, I've got some cool mat cards, I want to see what those look like. So I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, should add a whole new layer of variety to the ability to customize your avatar and individualize all of those good things. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, Rob, do you want to go ahead and bring up the leak video, and then we can talk through some of those?
Yeah.
Talk us through these, David.
So this is the Cargo Outfitters Titan XL. And this might be one we have to pause on because I want to talk a little bit more about this. So backpacks will come in different sizes, or let's just say packs. Packs can have different functionalities. And you know, a jetpack is one of them. It allows you to fly. You might have some sort of helicopter pack in the future. Other considerations like ones that might have machine guns that pop up over your shoulders. So packs are this wild card of things that can do various different functionalities to either serve economical functions of the game or serve combat functions or even healing functions. So I think I don't know if it was Horsey, it was somebody I was talking to about this in the community, and you can kind of look at packs as a way to strategize with a group of people. If you're going into a situation, maybe the surface, the Terra is attacking, or it's a quantum monster, you might want to have that guy that brings in an extra large backpack that's got a lot of health packs and a lot of extra ammo to hand out to everyone. But you also might want somebody that's brought a pack that might serve in healing people. You want somebody to bring the pack that allows them to fly around with their jetpack and help get an aerial view on that target. There's so many ways that people are going to be able to sort of make up their own strategies when fighting things in Cornucopias, and packs is one of those. So the cargo outfitters XL that we have here is an extra large backpack. So it is one of the biggest sizes. It will give you loads of slots to haul things around. Doesn't have any other functionality though, besides just hauling things around. And what some people might ask, and I wanted to go ahead and bring this up because I know this is going to be a question. Well, why would I ever, if I'm looking at cargo packs, why would I ever buy a small, medium, or large? Why wouldn't I just buy only an extra large, right? And the same question goes for outfits that are light armor, medium armor, or heavy armor. Well, why wouldn't I just run around in heavy armor all the time? Well, the answer to that is the more heavy equipment that you're wearing, the slower you're going to be. Your movement is going to be slower. If you're a roguelike player that wants to go in stealthy, hit things fast and hard, you're going to go with light armor and a light pack. Most likely you're gonna enjoy that sort of loop a little bit better that way. But if you're a tank kind of person, yeah, you might want to go in with a big giant backpack and a whole bunch of armor on. So that is the balance between those things. And in reality, most people are probably going to want to have different ones at a couple different sizes to suit different situations anyway. So cargo outfitters, Titan XL, extra large backpack, lots of room, and pretty cool aesthetics, I would say.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, can you hold multiple backpacks? What happens when you swap them in and out?
So that's something that's in testing right now. So there probably will be some, I'm not going to say logic holes, but things that we've been looking at. And to be clear, we will adjust what backpacks can hold and what your regular avatar inventory might be able to hold, especially over the next couple months when we're trying to drill this stuff down. But that's something I'll give you guys maybe a complete answer on once we've done a little bit more testing. Okay. Because I don't want to say we're going to do one thing and then we have to take it away because of game balance.
But if you reduce or make them bigger, then there will still be, the XL will still hold the most and the others will hold.
XL will still hold the most, and there'll be multiples like this in different styles. Some people might like a more fun, cutesy style of a backpack, but there's various manufacturers in the lore in Cornucopias, and you'll see different things developed by them.
Very nice. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Yeah. I have to comment the attention to detail in this, the textures, the zippers, all of that, just well done.
Everyone did a fantastic job. This is, maybe we can pause here and talk about randos just a little bit. So what is randos? Randos Metalworks. There was a guy down on the surface named Randy. And, down on the surface of Cornucopias, things are in various states of direness for certain people. And they were in need of certain technologies. So Rando was a very inventive kind of guy. And he started working on taking scrap and junk and putting it together with old parts, even things that have, come from the people that live in the clouds up there, and started putting that scrap together to make useful things for people on the surface. I kind of call these things junkers, and there's going to be vehicles, weapons, and all sorts of things that are in this aesthetic from randos. And I've already, this is one of the assets here that just about everyone that sees it, they're like, I want that one. And it was funny, even one of my daughters, like she looked at all these different things. She was like, I want that one. So it's got a cool aesthetic about it. And I think people are really going to love these.
Love
yeah,
it.
I think it looks really cool with the double jets coming down.
Yes. It looks all rusty. It looks like it's going to come apart any minute. And that's how we like it, right? Got to live life on the edge.
Okay, what do we have next? Ooh, slick.
Much different version of a jetpack here. So from Zero G, as many people might know, the manufacturer of hoverboards is also making these fun devices that are full of danger that you can go up high in the sky with. So
what are those little knobs on the side, or not knobs? There's two right there on the.
What those are quantum compression chambers. That's actually the intake for these. So how does the functionality of a jetpack work? This is not something that you keep installing fuel for. These sort of have a quantum or genesium-based power that's inside, and they can run for a very long time. But once you've expended the jetpack and the amount of fuel is down, it will actually, through quantum compression, suck in the air around you and actually liquefy that oxygen to produce more propellant for the mini jet engines that are inside of the machine. So this is a recharge type item. That doesn't mean that we're not going to have jetpacks in the future where you can constantly fly for 15 minutes or more, but will require you to carry fuel and swap out fuel.
What would you say are the differences in specs for this versus the Junker? I think a lot of the community are interested in some of these that we can give them right now.
Sure. So stats subject to change. We rest assured we will make sure everything is balanced and fair. The Stratos here is very similar to the Junker in the way it functions. So very, very similar to the Junker jet. So you might have some differences that you will notice, like maybe I have a little bit more thrust on one, but I have a longer burn time on another. But like I said, rest assured we'll make sure all of this stuff is fair. Everything is in early testing right now, and we might have to balance things. So
and this is also a backpack as well. It has some storage. Yes,
that's a good point. Glad you brought that up. So all packs, which is the asset that specifically goes in your back, you can only wear one at a time. You're going to have some amount of inventory storage in there. These have a very low amount, I think about 8 slots or something like that. So nothing compared to something like the XL Titan that's around 96 or something like that.
But these will be good in combat as well, I would imagine, to get like a high point. You have people on the ground and people on different levels.
Well, from what I've seen of the combat areas so far and guard towers and things like that, it might take you some time to get up to the top of a big guard tower. But if you have one of these, you just go right up there. So pull out your sniper rifle and, I don't know, give somebody a bad day.
Ooh. I just noticed.
Interesting. You already said from what I've seen of the combat area.
Sorry, I have my beak. I'm not used to having a beak.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. We won't talk about that any further. All right.
That NPC behind you looked like she's had a good stiff drink. Well, I do have another question, actually, from Wagme, from the Mafia. He wants to know if we'll have quantum weapons for quantum monsters.
Quantum weapons for quantum monsters. So will the player have weapons that I imagine something it's like Ghostbusters, right? That they're using to hold down a ghost with. Yes, there are things that are planned to help you fight quantum monsters more effectively, but probably with a balanced downside that they're maybe not as good on people or in some other situation. So you're definitely going to want to have a variety of different weapons in the future. And we already have several weapons, but I'm not going to talk about them, but they are very, very cool. So
Double Dragon,
another semi-leak. So this here is the Burger Barn hat. It actually happens to be what my costume was supposed to be, but it would not have been this cool. Nowhere near this cool. So anyway, talk us through this one.
Well, this is what I would call a silly item. You run around and you're like, hey, look at me. I got this really cool Burger Barn Deluxe #1 hat on there. And I think that is the value of it, except for there might be all of these items might have some extra utilities in the future. Do you think if you showed up to Burger Barn with his hat on, the Burger Barn employees are going to love you, right?
He looks so
because I've heard they get paid very well. So they must love the company they're working for.
You might get a burger.
You might get a discount on burgers at Burger Barn. So it's, I mean, that's, I would buy that.
Plays
right
into
now.
the need system.
Right. So, hey, people are pinned down on the surface and they're like, hey, can you go back to Cleto? Can you give us, can you get us a couple of those burgers? Might be a good idea to have one of these. So,
oh, cuties.
Corn cuties. So I probably see a few more of these in the future, but definitely for somebody that likes the cute aesthetic, very, very, you know, and maybe it was odd to me a little bit, but even the guys on the team and several other people are like, I really want to have one of those. Can we make these things in real life? So I think it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody enjoys a little bit of a cute, fun little aesthetic. So medium backpack. It's cute and has plenty of room.
Who built this? Was this you?
Not on these. This one was Catherine. So she was actually tasked to doing the first Corn Cuties aesthetic, and I think she did a beautiful job.
Knockout. Yeah. Great job.
They look amazing, and so these have storage as well. What I really like is this idea of this zip, and then you have the
little charms.
And the little charm that goes with it, and we can really see this in the future as maybe a physical real item, maybe.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes. Very cool. I love the one tooth.
It just makes it cute. So
yep.
Yeah, like a baby.
Oh, okay. So we just went from cute to
Quantum Jack. Yes, Quantum Jack, an actual helmet that in the future actually will have some armor rating situation there. So who doesn't want to go into battle looking like a terrifying quantum pumpkin? So I know I do. So yes, this is it fits the season. So everybody is getting one of these, right? If they go to the store. So we're giving these out for everyone. So I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of people in large groups in the game running around with these things in their head, and it's going to be
and we're not going to reopen the Quantum Jack. It's a free one. That means you've got to get it during this period of this sale over the next 21 days once the sale starts. So be sure to come to the website and get your free Quantum Jack. You'll have to pay a slight tiny ADA, the transaction fee in ADA just to pick that up. Or you can get it on base.
Yep.
And those bits, the flaming bits inside, that will actually happen on your avatar. It's not just for this video, is it?
Yeah. So all of these, these aren't renders that we're looking at here. These are the actual asset, with the graphics it has in the game, with a few lights that's put around. So what you see here is what you're getting when you purchase it. So that's very, very cool looking assets.
Very, very nice.
Love it.
We will see 20,000 of those running around, no doubt. Very, very good leak. Very good leak.
It was an excellent leak. It's cool to see some of those products up close, with the texture and the detail, and you get an idea of how much thought and design work went into it and how well done it is. We always strive to bring the best quality possible through any experience with Cornucopias, whether it's in game or in our community or the sale and how the sales go and all of these things. So great work, man. Really cool.
Thank you. And to the whole team, everyone, just amazing job for this release.
Absolutely. The team really came through for this one. And that's it, everyone, for Copi Cafe episode 109. Joker, any final words?
Well, it's time to retire, but David, feel free to drop in whenever you want.
Okay. Wait, is that some movie thing too? Am I supposed to respond a certain way? I never know.
Nope.
I think everyone should just have a very happy Halloween. And really enjoy this next release. Excited.
We'll see you next time, guys and gals. Bye-bye.
my god. I'm so...
That was on way too long.
I'm burning up. I'm dying. I'm in a full, like, robe all the way
Yeah, that was brutal. I'm like, get this thing off of me. I don't know how you did a mask for that, man.
Don't care what you say. Don't care what you say.